Join your hosts, Kenny and DJ, for your weekly dose of pro wrestling excitement.
Would you please shut the hell up?
From the latest news to heated debates, we got you covered. Every week, we dive into the world of professional wrestling, sharing our insights and opinions on the hottest topics. Plus, don't miss our top 3 winners and losers of the week. It's always a showdown.
What you gonna do when Hulkamania destroys you?
But here's what makes us different. We want you to feel like you're right here with us. Our goal is to make you a part of the show, because after all, wrestling is better when it's shared with friends. With 2 years of experience in the wrestling media scene, we're more than qualified to bring you the inside scoop and a fun and lively twist.
What the rock is cooking?
Get ready for a funny, loud podcast where you're not just a listener, you're a valued member of the conversation. Welcome to the Call Up Podcast.
You're welcome.
What is going on, everybody? It's your boy Kenny. It's your boy DJ, and we're back with another edition of the Call Up Podcast. DJ, what's going on, man? How's everything over at the West Coast?
It's showtime, folks. Like, I left a little bit of crack open in the curtain there so you can see the sun.
I see that. I saw
yes,
that.
That is the sun. That is not light, or the artificial light. So just some fun there for my East Coasters. So I'm feeling pretty good this week, and we got some good, we got some Wrestlemania news, we got it wasn't that big of a week for say wrestling news, but but other stuff was kind of fun that happened this week. So there was some fun stuff that happened other than wrestling, that I was looking at the show notes we're going to touch on. We're gonna. It's still gonna be fun. Still tell your friends. Make sure you're subscribing. Make sure you're liking. Because this is still gonna be a fun show.
Oh yeah! If you guys are new to the show, we are live every single Thursday at 10 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. On the West Coast, it's 7?
It is 7.
It is 7 p.m. on the West Coast. We are a fun podcast that likes to just go over the things that the IWC is talking about. So if you're looking for a show that's gonna just hey, this was what happened on Raw, this will happen on NXT, AEW, and so forth, maybe we're not the right ones for you. But if you're sitting there, you're scrolling through Twitter and you see a funny post, or you're seeing a lot of chatter going around in the wrestling world, obviously we are the ones to turn to, because we like to talk about that stuff too. So we bounce things around and we give our opinions on stuff. We're not journalists in any way. Well, maybe DJ is, because DJ did write an article about Sting and stuff. So I'm you know what, I'm gonna classify him as a journalist, because he has written stuff. Me, nothing. Not going to even try it.
Hey, this, give it up for this B student in English.
Exactly.
When I speak English, how I gotta be
right. When I was going over the show notes, it's crazy, because me and DJ, we like other things besides wrestling.
Hell yeah.
And one of the things that me and DJ like is basketball. We're both Laker fans, right?
Yep.
And obviously our team was not in the playoffs. They got swept by the Denver Nuggets again.
Gentlemen,
yeah, right. But I am from New York City, for those of you who don't know or maybe forget. And the Knicks, the New York Knicks are killing
Chad
the
is
game.
Coming in shooting bullets already.
We're gonna get to the people in the chat in a minute. Yeah. But I wrote in the show notes, I was like, the New York Knicks are bringing the city together.
Mm-hmm.
It's a little scary.
Uh-oh.
because if you guys are from New York or you guys know people from New York, we tend to be a little rowdy, right? And
Just a little bit.
if you guys, just a tad. And if you guys look online and you look at all the stuff that's been posting about the New York Knicks, the Knicks are on fire. Okay, the Knicks right now are 2-0 against the Pacers.
Brunson is ball.
Brunson, Hart, and DiVincenzo are reuniting again like their old college days and are killing the game.
Yeah.
And this is bringing the city together. And the reason why I put down bringing the city together is because a lot of people are very divided when it comes to sports teams here in New York.
Well, yeah.
Yes, we have the Rangers, we have the Knicks, we have the Islanders, we have the Brooklyn Nets, we have the Yankees and the Mets, and we have the Giants and the Jets.
Right.
95% of the time, all New York teams suck. I'm sorry. It's just a habit. But now you have the Rangers that are fighting for the Stanley Cup.
They are.
You have the Knicks fighting for the NBA championship right now.
That's right.
The Yankees are like, they're trying to get it together. You know what I mean? And so are the Mets.
The Bills. Do the Bills count as a New York team?
Depending on who you talk to.
Okay.
Right. But I'm seeing a lot more people wearing New York Knicks colors, the Knicks shirts. If you go to like Target or you go to like the NBA store here in New York City, you see a lot more for the Knicks, and it's crazy. So I'm rooting for the Knicks. I was rooting for the Knicks last night when they beat the Pacers. I'm rooting for them, and then the reason why I said it's a little scary because if the Knicks beat the Pacers. Mm-hmm. And they move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. That means they most likely will have to take on Boston.
Right. Ooh, that's about, yeah.
If they win, and they win the Eastern Conference Championship, this city is going to go insane. It's already insane now.
Right.
But it's going to go even more bonkers.
Yeah,
for the Knicks. Like
right.
People are like, I had a friend of mine, he went to the game yesterday, and it was, he told, the videos that he showed me, you couldn't hear anything. All you heard was the crowd. And then his crazy ass is gonna be like, he started a fucking Joel MD chant, and I was just like, you're just looking for trouble. Like it's just horrible. But it was good. It was good.
Right. No, it's been a minute for the Knicks, so I'm kind of happy for the Knicks fans actually, because it's been a minute to like really, because even with the Carmelo team, like I really didn't feel like the Carmelo team was really gonna be a like they were gonna win a championship. Like it was like, oh, they're a team that's gonna make the playoffs, but they're not winning a championship. So it's been since Patrick Ewing, bro, that you could say that the Knicks fans really have like a team that you could say that, damn, they might win this thing. Mm-hmm. And here they are.
Yeah, and what's crazy about it is what I love is like how the Knicks are playing the Pacers, right? Mm-hmm. Who's doing the announcing there right now? Reggie Miller.
That's right. Yep. So he's got to try to stay impartial.
The Nick Killer.
Yeah.
It was Josh Hart went to Reggie last night at the Garden, and he took his headphones. He says, I don't know if you can hear this, but they're saying F Reggie Miller right now. It was beautiful. Like, I'm telling you, this is why the city's coming together.
Well, now they need to put on during that series, I think they need to go on and put Mark Jackson and Reggie Miller on the same table. Like just just let's do it all the way.
What else we got here that we need to catch up about? So I put this on the catching up list. Mm-hmm. And the reason why I put this up because there was a listener that asked to give our opinion on this one, because I was just like, this is really not wrestling related news, but we do talk about other stuff in the beginning of the show.
That's all right.
And that is the rap war that is going on right now between Kendrick Lamar and Drake.
Oh, we have to talk about that.
Yes. Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, who are like not hip hop fans or whatever, Drake, Stunner Boy, Champagne Poppy, whatever you want to call him, is getting into a little words
Kid
with
in the wheelchair
friends.
from the
I'm gonna
Gravity
say
High.
words with friends.
Right.
With Kendrick Lamar.
Right.
It started off. Supposedly, like when you go back to like the story of it all, is more like Drake was taking shots at Kendrick, and then Kendrick came back on a song called "Like That," and went at J. Cole, which is another friend of theirs, and Drake, and that just blew up and started like this whole entire like war of words, right? Drake responded back with push-ups. Um, Kendrick responded with Euphoria. Like if you guys go on Spotify, right? The best thing to do
find all these songs.
if you want to know, like if you want to hear everything all at once without just searching for everything, just go on Spotify, type in Drake versus Kendrick or Kendrick versus Drake. Every song that's come out to battle each other has been coming out. Now, I love a good hip hop beef.
Same.
As long as you guys keep it
on wax. Keep it on wax.
Yeah. But there's been reports Drake's bodyguard got shot when he was guarding the home. Drake's OVO store in London got raided, and people were spraying like Kendrick quotes on the wall. So it gets a little crazy. And I said that this is definitely like wrestling in a way, because you think about it, the war between AEW and WWE is the same way. It's just like if you compare, so I would say Not Like Us, which is from Kendrick Lamar, is like WWE people, right? You're Not Like Us. We do everything a whole lot better, and people gravitate to us a whole lot more.
And then you start hearing it, people walk up baseball songs is Not Like Us. So
yeah. And like Drake's push-ups for me is more AEW, because they do hit shots. They do hit shots.
Yeah. I thought it was Family Matters is more like AEW. In my opinion.
I was gonna say that, but then I was just like, oh, do we really put that in that category with them?
I do.
Okay.
I do.
All right.
Yep.
But yeah, so I don't know. I want to see how this plays out. So far I'm rooting for Kendrick Lamar, even though I like Drake. But Kendrick is definitely he's hitting a lot of buttons.
Yes. So me and you both, like you said, and then given our age, like I grew up on this. I grew up. I think I talked about it one time on the run-in where I went to the roller skating ring to see NWA play for the first time.
Right.
Okay, because in those days, your siblings had to take you everywhere they went, right? Mm-hmm. So I got older siblings, and they took me to the freaking NWA first concert at the roller skating ring. Okay, so that's how much I know this stuff. And so what happened, in my opinion, so let's break it down just like we would in wrestling. So if you remember, like Common, like back in the day, wanted to challenge Drake. And he put a song out and called him Canada Dry, and then everybody got on comment, because you have kids that don't understand that this is part of hip hop. If you're going to say you're at the top of hip hop, then you're going to get challenged. And Drake got challenged, and then everybody turned on said, Common, you're bullying him and all this garbage. And then he backed off. And then we got Drake with no, so when Drake had when he went against, what was that, Meek Mill?
Yes.
Okay, with back-to-back and all that. So that was a guy he knew he can beat, though, in my opinion. He knew he could beat Meek Mill. Okay. So now I think this is one of those fuck around and finds out. Okay, Kendrick Lamar is too good lyrically. And that's what 100%. We're finding out. He's way too good lyrically. And he messed with the wrong one. And here we are. So you can't so now he's making he's running circles around all Drake is giving us what he can, and that's like he makes a good track and it's something good to bop your head to. But he is not as good lyrically, and we're not used to hear like the way hip hop is now. We're not. Most people haven't heard good lyrics in a long time now.
Right.
That's why people are like, you got Eminem and people like they want to come out with new albums now because it's like we haven't, whenever Sexy Red can start to get awards, that tells me that's where we are in hip hop. Okay, that's okay. So that's why we're like people are not.
Hold on. Leave Sexy Red alone, son. You know what? I'm not a sexy red. I'm not a sexy red fan. But the last.
You're gonna try to tell me she's good lyrically.
No.
Okay.
No. Lyrically, she's garbage. Okay. But that last track the last song that she did, the hook to it, and like just the beat alone, like the melody of it all, like it's a little catchy. Like it's on my playlist. You know what I mean? Like I do listen to it because it's catchy.
So is that last that last hook that Kendrick is doing on Not Like Us. That's pretty catchy too.
Oh no.
Okay, so so what I'm saying is this dude brought back lyrics, basically, is what I'm happy about. Now we get lyrics back again. Like we got people talking about No Vaseline. Like that was one of the diss songs of all time.
Mm-hmm.
We brought it back. Now you gotta listen. Now you got to actually rhyme. You can't just put the N-word at the end of every line anymore, folks. You're gonna have to. If you're gonna challenge Kendrick, you better have your thesaurus out because the man and then the double entendres on every line. Like you got this is circles. Okay, he's doing circles. Drake needs to just sit just do what you like. I think the last song where basically he spent 5 minutes and pretty much just answering allegations, that's a white flag. Like that's him just okay. So just do that. Go make another club twerking song and we'll move on. You got your ass whooped.
Here's the thing.
Yep.
That's exactly what's gonna happen. Like lyrically, Kendrick has won the war.
Yeah.
But in a whole, Drake wins the global battle because he's more
not like
pop
us
than anything.
Not like us is about to be the summer anthem. Like people are
think about it,
they're playing it at retirement homes.
But who are you going to hear first? Are you going to hear Drake or are you going to hear Kendrick? You're going to hear more Drake than anything else.
So you're giving okay, I'll give you commercial.
Okay.
Going on with Drake, yeah,
right.
You're not going to be able to,
and but I think that's what's going to happen,
right? But I want Drake, music.
This battle could end.
Again.
This battle could end tomorrow, right?
Yep.
And Kendrick will come out the winner, and then in another month, Drake is going to put on a club hit that's going to go number one, and everyone's going to forget about this.
I'm gonna say this. I think he better be featured on it.
Nah, he's not.
Dude, there's people that as soon as they hear his voice, they start booing. Okay, that's okay. There's people that they lost all of the character, all of the mystique, got rubbed off of them. Like there could be some. Think about it. Think about people that have lost diss rap battles.
I don't know.
Your name could go into you could have some really bad repercussions to happen if you lose this kind of stuff.
Drake is too big. Drake is too big. Right. DJ.
We used to think NWA was too big.
Drake is too big. It's a different time.
Leaves the group and Pants is the whole group. And then they went into the gutter after
It's a different time now, DJ. You know how you know it's a different time when people literally can quote a Sexy Red song.
Well, yeah, which is part of the problem. But yeah, yes, they can. It's
bad that I can remember.
I saw kids in a preschool dancing to Sexy Red and repeating the words.
Yep.
So this is that's why I'm like, I'd like real music back, please.
It's gonna be a while before we get real music.
Can we get real music back? I remember one guy in the comments was like, "Well, I don't like Kendrick Lamar's voice." I was like, "You mean the voice that doesn't have any auto tune to it? That's the voice you don't like?" I'm about to make some some hats that's not red, and make music great again. Like I'm gonna start that.
Nah, F that. We're gonna put it red.
What's that?
We're gonna leave it red.
You want to leave it red?
That's how you get people. That's how you get the attention.
All
because
right.
if you wear the red hat with the white lettering, they're gonna be like, "Wait a minute, what's that?" And then they get closer and they'll be like, "Yo, make hip hop great again." Oh, okay, we got it now.
Because they're about to come up to you and start cussing out, and then
of course. All right, let's get into some wrestling news here. But before I do, I gotta crack this open.
There it goes.
Get a nice little energy drink here. It's not a sponsor, but hopefully they will be. But there is a sponsor that we do have.
That's right,
and that is SeatGeek. So if you guys are new to SeatGeek and you haven't bought any tickets for them yet, if you are a new member, if you use the code word the call up, that will save you $20 on whatever ticket you are trying to get. The summer is approaching. There is a lot of summer concerts that are going on right now. So make sure to use the code word the call up to save $20. And when you do, let us know, and we will gladly shout you out as a supporter. Even if you don't do it and you guys are sharing the podcast or sharing our lives on Thursdays, definitely let us know. We love to hear from you guys. Whatever your opinions are that you guys want us to talk about here on the show, let us know. DJ, did you hear that the Prince of Saudi Arabia is trying to work out a deal with WWE to bring Wrestlemania or the Royal Rumble to the Sands?
I did hear that. If I were WWE, at the very least, I would take WrestleMania off the table. I just think WrestleMania should be in a place. I'm just like to keep it level here. I don't want I'm not trying to offend anybody or nothing, but like just somewhere where every single person can feel comfortable and not have to we're not worried about breaking like some kind of law that we don't know about or something like that. It's too many different people that come together for WrestleMania. I can possibly see the Royal Rumble, but not I just think Mania should.
You're not going to take that trip?
No,
you're not going to Saudi. You're not trying to sit there and do WrestleCon and in the sand.
WrestleCon in the sand.
Think about it. Because you think about it like this: like people are like that. A lot of people were upset online that they would even Phantom.
That they would Phantom it.
That they would even play with the idea of WrestleMania or Royal Rumble going all the way to Saudi Arabia.
Right.
But here's the thing. A lot of people jumped the gun on this, right? We got a good couple of years before that can even happen.
Man. Because
right now we know
there are people
Vegas is the winner. They're gonna host WrestleMania next year, which is something that we talked about here on the show. I love the fact that there's not in the beginning of the month.
Right.
It's like the middle, right? But then here's the thing. 2026, 27, and 28 already have supposed cities that they are going to hit. Right? So like the rumor is Orlando and Minnesota got bumped off because nobody wants to go there because it's going to be cold.
So
it was going to be cold. Sorry for the people in Minnesota. They might get the Royal Rumble.
Shout out to Minnesota.
They may get the Royal Rumble, but they already have like 3 cities in mind. And like I said, New Orleans, Orlando, and London are all front runners for the next 3 years.
And see, and I
So
can
we
see
won't see.
London.
Yeah, we won't see Saudi for maybe 2030.
All right.
So we still got a long way to go.
Got a long way to go. I think there are other like if you're gonna take it to other countries, I can see other countries, man. Like I
Right.
just so I think like you said, it's just so many. There's so much. There's so many. There's like you said, like I mean, we mentioned Minnesota. Like there are other states still. Like there are other like big nice stadiums here that haven't had it. How about Hawaii? Like, can we get it in Hawaii?
Ooh.
So can we go back to Puerto Rico? Like Puerto Rico showed that they can.
Yep. And what's
host
crazy
a
is
good event.
my wife did mention that. She said, Puerto Rico would be a
Right.
nice spot to host WrestleMania or Royal Rumble. And I said, you know what? You're absolutely right.
Yes, they showed that they throw a party just like everybody else. So I could. There's just so many other places than Saudi.
But I was happy when they reported that Vegas was going to host it next year.
It's on.
So
It's on.
we did make the promise to each other
We did.
that if Mania was coming to Vegas, that we would do it. So I am 100% in. I think we should. I told the wife, I was just like, we need to start like a little fund that we put away. She's she's the best saver than I am.
Okay.
So I'm just gonna keep handing her money and just be like, here, put this away.
Take it.
You know what I mean?
Every time you want a fig, no, take it. Take this money.
Exactly. But we're not gonna do both nights. I think we'll just do one night. We'll pick which one we want to go to, either night 1 or night 2. Right. And then probably we'll end up watching whatever other night that we don't go to. We'll watch it either like in the hotel. We'll make like a little party with us and the kids and stuff like that or whatever. But then we'll try to do all the other activities that are a little bit more safer for the kids, because you can't take them to a GCW show. You know what I mean?
That might be a little. You have some explaining to do at a GCW show. I think so. One of the things I think we're probably going to have to do here is some kind of remote, even if it's for a half hour or so, like, where like, we got these folks that listen to us and that's in the chat that I think that would be in Vegas.
Yeah. I mean, we did say, for the people who are going to go to Vegas for WrestleMania that listen to the show, we said that we would do like a meetup to meet up with everybody. There is a really dope spot that I went to in Vegas that's like outside, so we can like all meet there and like get a couple of drinks, hang out, and just like shoot the shit, because
that's right.
It's gonna be a really fun time. So get your drinks, get your chips together. I'm gonna try and gamble while I'm out there, because I definitely want to try and recoup some money. I did that the last time I went to Vegas. I was like, I took $25 and flipped it and won $500. So I'm okay.
Okay. Yeah, my best bet I ever made was just for nothing. Like I just had this pocket change, and I happened to be in Vegas for the first Evander Holyfield Mike Tyson fight.
Right.
And so Evander was a really bad. He was an underdog. And I was like, dude, what's the worst thing? I mean, I think Mike is about to whoop his ass, but what's the worst? This is money I'm not even really the next thing, So I won, and then I give him my my hand is shaking. I gave him a ticket, and it's like, oh sir, can you we need like this kind of a bet. We need you to come in the back.
Damn, how much money did you win?
It was some money.
Okay.
and they were like, and you could give a guy you can tip a guy $100 to walk you to your car. With what I won.
That kind of okay. All right. So it was a couple of thousand.
Yes.
Okay.
And then I was like, and I did. I was like, yes, I kind of want this brother to walk with me right now. But yeah, that was some shit. So yeah, that was my best night in Vegas for sure.
See, we already got Chad and Ken who are in the chat right now. They're like they're definitely going to meet up with us at Vegas. Ken did have a really good question. He was like, do you guys think that some AEW stars to do meet and greets? Yeah, absolutely. Because the WrestleCon is there, and WrestleCon They book everybody. If
Right.
you work for any wrestling promotion and you're a big star, they're gonna try and book you for WrestleCon.
Yeah.
Really hoping that John Moxley comes to WrestleCon next year. He didn't do it this year. He did it the year prior when they were in LA. So I'm kind of hoping that he does it for Vegas, just for the simple fact, like my wife is a really big John Moxley fan, so it'll be nice to get that meet and greet for her and let her get her hug or whatever she wants to do,
Yep.
But
yeah, my girlfriend she's CM Punk is her
okay,
her wrestler, and of course I'd like a Sting with his makeup on,
right,
and actually have some time. Then that would do it for me.
right.
And then I think so the other thing is so they just had this fight with Canelo for Cinco de Mayo weekend.
Yes, I saw that.
I didn't know that. So in Vegas during Cinco de Mayo weekend, when they know there's a fight, they also have Boxing Con. If I knew that, I would have gone.
Oh,
so
really?
They had all the legendary boxers were just like it's just like WrestleCon.
What?
Yes, I didn't know that they did this.
I never knew that.
So Mike, Michael Spinks, Sugar Ray Leonard, they're all there. Everybody there. Duran, Floyd, Floyd couldn't show up, but you know what I mean. So, but Floyd was there a couple of years before that. Let's see. I think you're frozen, Kenny, or I'm frozen. Oh, there it goes.
All right. I have no idea what just happened. It just
froze for a minute.
Okay, we good.
And then we got Phil Gentile. The hot take kid is in the house.
I think because we got Phil in the house, and Phil goes replied to Chad Miller, oh no, what happened? They're talking shit about the call up. I really don't know.
Oh, so now let's talk about it real quick. So somebody's so Chad got the thumb down for the tavern.
Yeah.
Cause see, I got blocked, so I have no idea.
Okay.
What they're saying. So
I don't know. I haven't seen anything because I know they still follow me. I still follow them.
Mm-hmm.
I can check. I can check.
Let something happen on the show.
I don't know.
He's saying the show just sucks. So.
Replied Phil Gentile. No, just started. Oh no, he's just starting some shit.
Oh, okay. He's trying to have us be Kendrick Lamar.
I was gonna check real quick. Hold on a second.
Yeah, he's trying to have us be Kendrick. Is what he's doing.
Do we have to because I've said it before. Listen, if you have an opinion, you can come on the show. We can talk it out. I mean, it is what it is. I mean, I love both companies, but we give our opinions on both brands and say that they're shit. I mean, we did it last week when we talked about AEW and the shit show that they're doing, and then we talked about WWE and the shit show that they did too.
So, I don't know what folks want, but hey, let's get into it. Let's because what went on this week here?
So King of the Ring, the King and Queen of the Ring tournament start this week. I pulled up the.
Or should we do Backlash?
I was gonna say Backlash for last, just for the simple fact that it was just I guess a little bit more to talk about, and then we just kind of get the news stuff out of the way here.
Let's do it. Yeah, no, I hear you.
Yeah, so King of the Ring, they started their qualifying matches already.
Mm-hmm.
I like the list of people that they have on here. You have Gunther, Sheamus, Kofi, Rey Mysterio, Dragunov. You had Ricochet. You had dry ass Drew McIntyre, and we'll get into why he is not going to be in this tournament anymore. And then you had Finn Balor.
Right.
So on Monday when I looked, they said that Drew McIntyre wasn't cleared to compete in the King of the Ring, which Finn Balor thought that he was automatically going to get shifted over to the second round. Right. And then out comes the main event Jey Uso to take Drew McIntyre's place. which I thought was a really good fitting to add Jey Uso to this because he's been red hot as of late. And then we'll get into even more on him at Backlash because his entrance for Backlash was great.
Yeah.
Who do you? So for the SmackDown side, which is crazy, they haven't even revealed who was a part of the King of the Ring on SmackDown. We won't find out until Friday.
Yeah. So
everything
we're
is
recording
blank.
this on Thursday night. So
yeah,
so
everything is blank. So I'm like, who's in it?
Well, I will say this though. So for the overall, so far the overall concept like is. It filled the show very well, like for Raw. Like it filled the time for Raw very well because they put on like I thought each match was quality. Especially like that Dragunov and Ricochet match, I enjoyed thoroughly. Like
that was great.
Okay, so that I thought that was the match of the night, and I was like, wow, for both of like I thought there was no shame in Ricochet even losing that. And they just both had a hell of a match. I think nobody's buried. Nobody like out of that match. I think they found two guys they know they can get a good match and a good like the crowd was behind both guys.
Of course.
So
which they should.
And so that was just wow. And so yeah, no, I thought it filled Raw very well to have with this turn. Like so this is why like I was just reading somebody talking about it like this is why tournaments are good for especially like a 3-hour show like Raw, because now it's like it's not just random matches, it's like even if it's some kind of tournament for whatever, but at least there's something behind each match.
Right. Who do you see so far winning it from the Raw side?
It's so like trying to, it's hard to take your your outside of wrestling mind out of it, right? Because it's like, see, I see Gunther going for bigger things in the Crown, but I still could see him winning it, right? But shoot, maybe this is how they kind of put Dragunov on this, to show people know that you should be paying attention to this guy and making him king, or at least getting to the final.
I feel like I'm going the safe route when I say this, and I see Jey Uso winning it for the Raw side. I think it's more because of the popularity than anything else.
Right. And I guess I'm just trying to figure out, King Jay,
right.
King Jay made of it. Like, it's just like, I'm just trying to figure out that part after the person wins it. But him and like, I don't know, like, I don't have the bracket in front of me, but I don't know, like, Dragunov and Jey Uso in the final, that would be pretty good.
Yeah. So I'm like, let's see, Jamal, Gunther for King of the Ring, and some female from SmackDown. Because we don't know who's everybody there. Like I know like Zoe Starks is in the Queen of the Ring. Who I don't remember who else was. Oh, Natty's a part of Queen of the Ring as well. But I really don't see who exactly they would pick. I need to pull up the list here because I truly forgot to even pull that list up of Queen of the Ring competitors. So as I do that, Queen of the...
I remember because Zoe went last. She was last night.
Let's pull this up real quick. I know it's gonna come up somehow.
And it sounds like you just well, Jamal is saying Gunther for King of the Ring, and I mean you can't put it past him to win it. I just see him going for bigger prizes. That's all. Like, but I could definitely, if he won it, it would not. It's not out of the realm.
Okay, so you got Io Sky, Natty, Dakota, Zoe Starks, Ivy, Ivy Niles, Shayna Baszler, Zelina Vega, Bianca Belair, Candice LeRae, Jade, Piper Nevin, Naomi, Nia Jax. So far.
Okay. So that Jade match is going to be pretty interesting.
If I had to pick anybody off this women's list right now that would that should win Queen of the Ring, I would say Nia Jax. I'm still backing Nia Jax 100% on everything she does.
Okay. Well, that's
She
another
got
it's you can't. I don't know how you talk someone out of that. Like she's kicking ass. So
Yep.
That's definitely not out of the realm either.
Jay versus Tonga in the finals brings the bloodline back together. Ooh, that would be good. We'll get into the whole bloodline thing in a minute. But now we have to see what happens with SmackDown, because we don't know who's a part of the King or Queen of the Ring when it comes to SmackDown, really. So Friday comes. Obviously, we'll talk about it more next week.
And then, like Chad brought that up there, I did see some people like they were upset about how some of the King of the Ring matches are going to be at house shows.
Really, I didn't even know that.
Yeah, so they ran out of time, basically.
That sucks.
And so they got to put it. They had to put a couple of the matches in house. You can tell that's what happened. But give you a question here, though. Would you rather have it where they're having the full time, like they take the full time for these quality matches that are making it on Raw, or do you want them to have because I think one of the things about that people kind of got turned off by Raw was that you had these manufactured matches that were on Raw. You could tell that they needed to wrap it up at a certain time. So the match just felt kind of manufactured. That's what I think that's why it kind of got dull.
Oh shit! So Kofi and Ray is a house show match,
right,
which is crazy to me because that should be on TV.
Right. No, it should be on TV. But imagine you're going to that house show and that's the main event, like to see, because you ain't going to see no title change at a house
right
show. But now you get to go to a house show and see a match that actually means something that's going to happen on television, on the television storylines. So I mean, so to me, you kind of had to have there's some pros and cons here. Like it's not, because you could tell there's like, okay, go out there and have your match, and then they're having the match without cutting them short, and then you could tell in the gorilla they're like, oh shit, we're not gonna have time for all these matches tonight. And then, but it's kind of like a good problem if you ask me. Like that, I'd rather see the better match on television, and then let some people get lucky at a house show that they're about to see something that actually moves the story along.
That's what Jamal was saying, because he was just like, at least it makes the audience who's going to the house shows feel more a part of the storyline, which is true, because you think about it now, you kind of think about it in that type of sense where you're like, okay, at least now I just spent X amount of money on a house show, and it's going to be more entertaining because now we get to see who's going to qualify for King of the Ring.
Right. Yep, because before we knew what kayfabe was, and we would, like you, I'm pretty sure you in New York, and here, me too. I went to to NWA and WWF house shows all the time, and you're on the edge of your seat because they would have there would be title matches in the house show, and you're thinking somebody's I'm about to see a title change, and no, you're not going to see it. Now we know.
There's only been one title change that I've went to at a house show, and that was for the United States Championship.
Okay.
When Andrade won the title from Samoa Joe.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
I was at that show.
Never drew that card.
Yeah. Yep. What's good, Leon? Leon's in the building right now. He's saying, "What up, guys?" But yeah. So I don't know. This is going to be very interesting. I'm looking at the chat and everyone's talking about the new bloodline. And I had that we have that on the notes. We do.
Right,
we have this on the notes.
We was ready.
And it was towards the end.
Yeah,
but I feel like we should talk about it now since everyone else is talking about it. And they're like, they asking us for like opinions on things. So we'll go into the whole new bloodline situation. Right. So we know right now Bloodline 2.0 consists of Solo, and Tonga Lawyer, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that is it for now. There is no one else. And then Backlash happens, and we get another member from the Guerrillas of War from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Tonga's brother shows up now and is a part of the bloodline. Here's the thing. I'm loving this new bloodline, but there are rumors going around that Jacob Fatu may not be a part of this bloodline now.
And not for the reasons that...
Yeah. So, because he's too good on the microphone, he is very quick on his feet for a big guy. If you have not seen Jacob Fatu in action when he was with MLW and his run on the whole indie circuit, man can move.
Huge fan. I cannot wait.
So now it's more of a, what do you do
and one of the coolest guys
Jacob?
You can meet, by the way. If you ever get a meet and greet,
right.
One of the coolest guys you can meet.
And he's very fan-friendly. Like, everyone loves this man. Because he's just that popular and just he's very open with everyone. You know what I mean? So it's not like, he's standoffish. So that's why he always gets that love from like all the fans.
Right.
So the rumor is that they were going to put him with the Bloodline 2.0. Now there's rumors that they're not going to put him the Bloodline 2.0 because he can outshadow Solo, which will take Solo out of the leadership role of the bloodline. It wouldn't look right. So now the rumor is that he's going to end up teaming with the original bloodline with Roman to go up against the bloodline 2.0.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think it was Ken that said, when does Solo turn on Paul? It's going to happen soon.
Right.
I think it's going to be more towards I put it this way. The minute Solo turns on Paul and attacks Paul Heyman, that's when Roman Reigns is going to come back.
Right.
That's when we get Roman.
Yep.
Right now, Roman is chilling. Right. Roman's off in Disneyland somewhere with his family. He's in Hawaii chilling.
Yeah.
let him take his time. The man had a really good run. He carried WWE on his back. All right. He made sure that a lot of people were sitting at the table with him.
Yep.
And everybody was eating steak and lobster.
Yep.
No one was eating Olive Garden. And shout out to Olive Garden too.
I'm about to say, now we about to get that in the chat. What's wrong with Olive Garden?
Yeah, shout out to Olive Garden. I love your breadsticks. Get that Italian best. That's the Tour of Italy right there. That's good right there too.
Okay.
But yeah. So now it's more like, what do you do with this guy, because he couldn't bring him to France due to his like legal issues. So now, how long do we wait until Jacob Fatu actually shows up to WWE and makes his presence known? Because Jimmy is hurt, so he's going to be out for a good while. Jay is a part of the King of the Ring. You're not going to pull him from that. And Roman is off vacationing with family. So I feel like now you're just going to push him more to the side. So it's like, where do we see this going? So
maybe, okay. So if that's the case, that he's gonna be on like the other side of the bloodline, then at some point I think he helps Jay. Like he's gonna, his debut would be him coming out to save Jay in some kind of fashion. To show, okay, yeah, he's a babyface with a babyface bloodline with Jay, right? And then they go from there. Like they have their adventures until the Solo bloodline decides to not only turn on Paul but attack them. And then they're going to be like, hey, we're 4-on-2. What are you going to do, kind of thing? And then so that's the way I could see that scenario playing out.
Okay.
So that you can get them in the ring, because I'm pretty sure they can't wait to get them in. So I don't care. I'm pretty sure Triple H is sitting there going, yeah, I don't care what we do, we need to get them in the ring. I don't care.
Right.
I don't care what side he's on, what babyface. Put him in the ring. Put him in the ring. That's what he's saying. So so that's the way I think they can do that. And because one thing I do like about, again, what we all enjoy about Bloodline stories is that they don't. It's not this, just give us a 2-week story. They tell a long story. So so you let it cook. Like, everybody relax. it'll come. Just hold on.
I like how I look at the chat and we still get the Olive Garden comments. Endless breadsticks and salad. Stop hating. I'm not hating on Olive Garden. All right. I love the breadsticks and the salad.
He Deion Sanders that line.
Damn. And then Leon goes, he goes, funny, I just had an interview with Olive Garden and they didn't hire me. See, that's when I say fuck Olive Garden. You could do better. I'm not hiring my man Leon. Fuck is wrong with you? Shit.
Yeah, why would you not hire Leon?
Why you not gonna hire Leon? Like,
who's the hiring man? Let's give the hiring manager a link.
Who was the manager on
so
that?
They can come on and we can interview the hiring manager and say, okay,
why didn't you hire this man?
Yeah.
What was he missing?
We need to do that. We need to start when people have problems with somebody, we send a link and have them on the show so we can solve some problems. We can change the world here, Kenny.
Then when they start talking shit, we pop in the other person. Oh, speaking of him, he's on the line now.
And he's like, look, they wouldn't let my man Leon wash dishes.
That's crazy.
Come on, y'all.
That's the most easiest thing you could think of.
What Olive Garden is this? Maybe we need to have listeners go there and talk to the
shitty reviews. I'm going on Yelp right now, giving a shitty review.
I need to talk to all of us. Just go up there. I need to talk to the manager.
Matter of fact, Leon, please DM me the address to this Olive Garden. We're gonna give shitty reviews to that Olive Garden when we get the chance.
Like, people trying to work out here, man.
Exactly. You're trying to get this bread out here. Shit. I wish Tom was here for this one. Right? Because when I wrote it in the notes, right? I was just, because I was like, man, a lot of stuff hasn't happened in wrestling for the this week. And then this pops up and I go, there it is. So Ric Flair was in the news.
Oh man.
Did you hear about this?
I saw it.
So yeah, you saw the video, right?
Yeah.
So for people who don't know, Ric Flair was at a pizza place. This is like a chain, right? I was trying to remember the name of this place. And the video shows him. Yeah. So the video shows that he was like arguing with the manager of the pizza place, and the guy basically told him like he has to leave. In the video, you can clearly see that Ric Flair is drunk. Like, it's just, unless your speech is just off now.
Definitely slurred.
But it was very slurish. And it was just like, he was just going on and on and on. He spent $1,200. I want to know, what the fuck did you buy in this pizza place that you spend $1,200?
So
did you buy pizza for everybody?
So you'd have to spend alcohol. You had to have bought some alcohol. There's no way you can't get the $1,200 just buying pizzas at a pizza place. You gotta buy some alcohol. So there you go. There's an extra answer.
When I thought that they were over exaggerating when they said like, oh no, he spent $1,200, and then so allegedly he went to he says, so Ric Flair. The whole thing started because one of the waitresses, it was like a manager waitress that works the kitchen, said that Flair came and did something inappropriate in the back area. and it was caught on camera.
Oh no!
Flair goes in and says that he was going to the bathroom and somebody followed him into the bathroom and was trying to take a picture with him in the bathroom and was taking photos of him while he was in the bathroom in the stall. The manager from the restaurant says, no, there's a clear video of you doing something you're not supposed to do in the back area. And the team that was working handled themselves in a professional manner. Now, there's a ton of news outlets and social media, newspapers that were trying to get the actual video. And the manager from the restaurant said, no, I'm not going to release the video, but we do have proof. Like, hands down, 10 toes down, we have proof that this man tried to do something to an individual staff member in our restaurant and we kicked them out. If you did nothing wrong, why are you trying to tip a restaurant $1,000? So and they refused it.
So and that wasn't part of the $1,200 that he spent.
Nope. Okay. Nope.
No, so that adds up then, because it's like, okay, so you bought $1,200 worth of stuff. So it's like, if you were behaving yourself, there's no way I'm going to kick somebody out that's spending $1,200 at this pizza place.
Exactly.
Okay. And then you were inappropriate, and then so everybody wants to buy the footage and see. They're like, okay, I got enough respect for this man that I'm not going to sell this video to one of these, to TMZ or some garbage thing, right? But if it goes to court, I have what I need. So
exactly.
Put it that way. Again, why would I kick you out if you're spending $1,200 here?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, no, I'm sorry, it adds up for the pizza place.
Yeah, I'm rooting for the pizza place at this point, because here's the thing. So like, now Flair is going and bashing the pizza place. If I was the manager, I'll say, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna just release the video, and you do what you need to do, because you ain't gonna talk shit about me.
Right.
Bad enough on the video.
Have people been supporting the pizza place?
Right. Yeah. So because somebody, I guess one of the staff members recorded the incident between Flair and the manager going back and forth with each other.
That's
probably the one that we saw.
Yeah.
Right.
No, what I'm saying is, since this, have people like the people in the area, have they been like going to like order pizza or like just
I don't know them? I'm sure they have.
Yeah, because I would. It's just like, no, this, I'm like you said, I would stand with the pizza. Like, let Rick shoot his mouth off. It's like, dude, your name Rick, like, so in fact, because your name is Ric Flair, it's kind of like, I'm kind of going like, people are going to start to go to the pizza place first. Unfortunately, like, because it's like, you have a I mean, you can't even conduct yourself on an airplane. So, man, Rick,
he needs to stop. I'm sorry. You like Jamal said, like, he's just too old for this shit. Like, at some point, you need to sit him down and you need to say, listen, you need to relax.
Right.
Like, you should not be going anywhere without some supervision.
Right. And Clown is telling us, like, he's trying to make people boycott the place.
Mm-hmm.
If you are listening to us and you live in this area about this story, man, get your friends. You guys go get some pizza. It's time everybody go over there, get some pizza, have a good time with this pizza place.
You know what? Tomorrow night while I'm watching SmackDown, I'm going to order some pizza. I'm going to tag Ric Flair in it.
Hashtag pizza Flair.
Hashtag Ric Flair's pizza. That's what we're going to start. We're going to get that hashtag going. Let's see how it goes, how well it goes.
Well, maybe we shouldn't do that, because then you're going to give Rick an idea. Maybe I should make a pizza place.
Oh, my God. Well, he did say that, though. He said that he can buy the place and rename it and just turn it into something else. Like, I don't know how much money he made off those energy drinks, but I don't think that he's going to buy a place. Leon with he says Little Caesar slaps. their deep dishes is shit though.
I'm about to say the Detroit style. Yeah, the Detroit style. That's got me through some nights. that $9 Detroit style.
Is he making CBD stuff too?
No, he's joking around saying.
Okay. I was about to say, like, what the fuck? Seriously? I mean, because everybody's getting into that business anyway, so
right. But if you bake a pizza with CBD, like everybody, all the bakers would be high, wouldn't they? Like,
well, there is a place here in New York that they make their food that way.
Oh, there you go. So you just take people. Like, what if you took people there and didn't say nothing?
I mean, that'd be a little fucked up.
Like, man, I had some sore knees before I walked in here, and all of a sudden,
like, don't take me to a place that I think I'm having some good chicken, and the next thing you know, you be like, it was seasoned with some good stuff, and like, oh my god, why am I feeling this way? And then all of a sudden, you find out that the chicken parm you ate really has some cannabis in it, and now you high as fuck because when you're looking at unicorns dancing around around the restaurant,
and then Diddy come out shaking his shoulders.
Oh, see, no. That's too close. That's too close to home. We don't want to have that. Leon's like, Charlotte doesn't want to hang out with her dad.
No, she don't. You see, she don't.
He's not nowhere near none of that stuff anymore.
He's not. She is nowhere near.
Like, you don't hear
on the beach nothing. Somewhere with her man, which I commend. Like, I'm thumbs up for that. Go be with your man. You don't need to.
I'm gonna try this because you had the thumbs up. And I saw you had the thumbs up, and I saw this on another thing. No, you tried that.
Yeah.
Nope. Nah. Anybody who's watching the video right now, you probably wonder what the hell I'm doing.
What the hell are these two guys doing?
Yeah. Sometimes. All right. So because I know somebody's gonna be, what the fuck is he doing? If you're watching the video of this, there's a lot of times where, like, when we do certain stuff, we do air quotes or we do like thumbs or whatever. Like, random shit just starts coming up on the screen. So I'm trying to unlock this stuff again, but that doesn't work.
This is funny.
He said, "What? What did the chat say?" He said, "Take that Diddy, that in my Diddy voice." Jamal says it reminds him of Trapped on Netflix, and then Leon goes, "Nothing was funnier than when Rick went to TNA Hot Mess." Ooh, I remember those days.
I remember those days too.
That was bad. But you leave it up to Tom, he would say otherwise. We can't talk about Rick. All right.
I'm surprised he hasn't popped on yet.
He might block us for a couple of days.
You guys talking about Rick?
Guys talking about my man? Oh man. So the last little bit of stuff that we have here. We only got one more thing. This is what I said. Like, this show was like, when we looked at it when I was putting everything together with you, we was just like, this is gonna be not too long. Normally we go like 2 hours. How long till TK brings Flair back? I don't know.
Hilarious.
I mean, the way AEW is going. Let's get into AEW right now, because the way AEW is going right now, it is a hot mess. I truly believe, week by week, they're just gonna continue to bury Swerve.
Man.
Did you see what happened to him this week?
Yes. It's like, wait, isn't this the world champion?
Wasn't this just a guy a couple of weeks ago that was a heel?
That too.
He was a popular heel, right. Like Roman.
Right.
Because Roman was a heel and everybody still liked him.
Right.
So now you have Swerve, who was a heel, because I'm going to say was, and you gave him the world title as a heel, and now you turn him into a babyface.
And beat him up every week. Just in case, I think we might be frozen. Oh, there it goes.
Oh, yeah. You didn't give this man no type of celebration at all.
Nope.
it's just, and now the people that were supposed to have his back turn on him and put him through a table.
So yeah, I've seen this man get beat up every week that he's had the title.
Yep.
You have him even go like his first week as champion, he goes against this nobody who, again, that should have just been a squash match if you're gonna have a match.
Mm-hmm.
There's no way that should have been any kind of a that match should have been no competition at all. He should have won that match in about a minute and a half, and then grabbed the mic, which didn't happen.
Nope. They sent him to Collision,
right,
to have a quote celebration,
and that was, you could tell that was from, because they heard everybody. they saw, like, they're very they're reactionary instead of giving the narrative. They react too much to what we say. So yeah, this is probably the weakest showing of any, like, think of all of the champions that AEW has had.
Mm-hmm.
This has to be the weakest showing I've ever seen of any of the past champions. Nobody else has gotten this treatment as in their first few weeks as champion.
No. Damn sure not people like MJF. I mean,
no, MJF did not. Shoot, you can go Hangman Page.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody looked this weak as champion in all of the other champions.
Let's see. Leon goes, to be honest, I understand what Punk was talking about. Yeah, I definitely feel what he's talking about when he says that.
Other than CM Punk's choice.
Leave CM Punk alone. He's coming back stronger. He's actually looking really good in WWE. Like I said it this week. I was like, Punk is looking a whole lot healthier than his AEW run. I think he's trying to prove a point.
He's trying to. You can tell he wants to get himself in really good. Like I think he just needs to change a couple of moves in his moveset.
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's like you can't. You're not going to be able to do the stuff you did before. So we'll see. We'll see what happens. But he could definitely still get you interested in a match.
Mm-hmm.
Which is what you can't really ask for a whole lot more than that. Like, you want people, like, you should be able to grab a microphone and have people get interested in who you're about to fight.
Where do you see what's going to happen next with Swerve? Because obviously we know at Double or Nothing he's going to fight Christian for the title, which I rack my brain on this because Tony Khan said that he is bringing back
right there
the ranking system. Please, someone explain to me how Christian Cage gets a world title match and he has not wrestled to be the number one contender.
Nope. This is just like, again, it's like his own, fig fed, like, where I can just put titles on whoever my favorite wrestlers are. Like, I just want you to have a title. With all of the millions of titles that are on the program in the first place.
Mm-hmm.
But you have the fringe of fans that, Chris is not being used well unless he's the world champion. So he can answer those people. It would not shock me at all.
I want to pull up. I want to pull up the ranking system here.
Right.
The last time I'm assuming that the last time they had a ranking system, that was back in March, and Swerve was the number one contender, which is champion now. Then came Orange Cassidy, John Moxley, Will Ospreay, and Bryan Danielson were all in the ranking systems to get title shots.
And Will Ospreay just walked through the door.
Yep.
Okay, so he walked through the door and he was automatically number 3, right, when he walked in. So it's a joke. So it just kind of goes to show that I think they're just some folks that they're so like I think there are particular AEW fans where I'm just anti whatever they do opposite of WWE is better. And then but they started to find out, okay, there's a reason why WWE does some of the things that we could be a pain in the butt, or it could be kind of dull, or it could be whatever, but there's a reason. There's a reason why they do it. And so if you try to say there's rankings, then what happens, what they're finding out is that you paint yourself in a corner when it comes to booking. Because what if you want to put the two hottest wrestlers, which I don't think Christian's one of the hottest wrestlers in my opinion, but let's just for the sake of the argument, I need the two hottest wrestlers to at the next pay-per-view to wrestle, but this guy's ranked number 6.
Mm-hmm.
Then you kind of put yourself in a corner. So they just said, screw it, I'm putting whoever I want to have be up there. That's who's wrestling.
DJ, at this point, just get rid of the ranking system and just put whoever you want.
Yeah. Like people have been trying to tell them. That's what. So again, this works. You cannot have a ranking system. It is the people determine who wrestle for the title. Like that's a you're.
Mm-hmm. I mean, WWE does it just like Lay saying he's like the same way like the Chump Champ got a title shot, a Roman, even though he lost 10 matches in a row. He's talking about Seth Rollins.
Yep.
I mean, obviously, you want to put whoever's popular.
Shoot, Edge. Like in that triple threat, like I was like, how is Edge even in this title match where he stuck where Roman stacked everybody and
with him and Bryan Danielson.
Yeah.
So
I'm like, come on, man. But hey, they made a good out of it. But there should have been Edge just showed up again, and then all of a sudden he got a title match. But it worked. Then so didn't put the two people in there that's gonna smash.
I don't know. Even on the women's side of AEW, you have like Mercedes going after Willow for the TBS title, and every single week, the only thing I get is Mercedes coming out and talking shit.
Very poorly. Like
even last night, as I'm listening to her talk, I was getting bored.
Yep.
Like I was looking at Dynamite last night, and I was just like, I'm about to just change this and watch the rest of the Nick game. Because I was
it was the same thing for me. Yep. Exact same moment. Exact same.
Like you finished a match that should have just been the main event and you ended it. No, they decided to do 2 promos to end the show.
And then here's your world champion, by the way. So speaking of that, and then you're booking like the least popular people, you're making the main event of your show. Okay, nobody wants to see, like even your numbers say nobody wants to see the Bucks. When they come out, the little numbers you have go down.
Yep.
They don't want to see them. And it's not because they're heels. It's because nobody wants to see them. They don't draw. They're not as popular as you think they are. And then they got worse with the characters that they made themselves. And you're making them and yourself the main event. Like you somehow think people want to see you in the ring, Tony. We don't. Nobody wants to see you in the ring. Nobody wants to see you in the ring. But here we are.
So last night's viewing numbers was 703.
Right.
It's still the same.
I think a 0.24 on the.
Yeah. So it was they actually said it was a bump up from last week, because last week's numbers were lower than that. I don't know. They gotta do something. They gotta try something else to see if it's gonna work. Just keep throwing shit to the fucking wall and see if something sticks, and whatever sticks there, take that formula and maybe add a little more to it and see if that sticks, and maybe you could build a house. Because
and to my LA folks, like, I guess I will go to this, like, I think they come here, they're about to come, like, they're coming to the Forum. I'll get one of them $25 deals, and
there you
go. But if people want to meet up, let's do it.
Jamal has the same question that I say every single week.
Yeah.
Where the fuck is Britt Baker?
Well, like, so we definitely haven't seen her in 2024. So I'm just trying to think how long, even since January, how far back from January has it been?
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So we got, like, it's got to be a year. Like,
yeah, it's damn near.
Because she wasn't at because she didn't wrestle at in London, right?
No.
And then she didn't wrestle at the last Double or Nothing, did she?
Yes, I think she did.
Okay. So
Jamal goes, I think it's almost 2 years.
Dentist is a busy. That's probably, like, maybe she was smart to get her dental license so she doesn't have to depend on this.
Right. I don't know. I'm really hoping we get some type of Britt Baker match back or whatever, or just let her contract run out and let her come to WWE. Because I think at this point, the way the women's division in WWE is, it will fit.
And Britt Baker. Competitive.
And you think about it like this: Mercedes is not there. You can actually just take over her likeness. Really?
That's funny. That would be like. And I would be in here hollering, laughing every time she comes out.
Yep.
It's boss time.
Not saying like, the whole boss time is going like this, but like I feel that WWE will use her being a dentist and make it more fitting for her.
Yeah. No, I mean, they've shown that. I mean, they've. So I want to take away this narrative. Like, there's a narrative that people that watch WWE don't watch AEW, and that they don't know anything outside of WWE, which I think it's a minority of people that only just blinders on and they only watch WWE. Okay, so I just think that's because it's like, so you're gonna have, if Britt Baker showed up right now, she would get a pop. Put it that way, because I think enough people know who she is. So like you said, like, they just know, and they know how to work with that. Like, they know how to work with, okay, they know something about her. Let's take so you take people's strengths and you put them forward, not their weaknesses. So that's what we're seeing with Mercedes Moné. Not a good talker, but what are they putting forward with Mercedes Moné? It's mostly talking, and this is not her strength. Here we are.
Sorry, I was sending something off. And then I'm reading Chad Miller's stuff here.
Yeah,
Jamal, I'm going to go to Jamal first, because Jamal's like, imagine her in NXT with the female roster that she has now. She would do great in NXT. Like, cause obviously they'll leave her in there for like a year in NXT, let her rule that, and then call her up and put her, I don't know. If they were smart, I would put her on Raw. Have her against somebody like a Becky Lynch. You know what I mean? Like, because for me, I feel like SmackDown, you have too many stacked people on SmackDown. You have Nia Jax, you have Bianca Belair, you have Jade.
Tag champs.
Yeah, you have Bailey, which, like, they're all friends, but I feel like the direction that they're going with the female talent on SmackDown is like they're trying to build something big. Like when Flair comes back to the women's division, I don't even think she'll fit in the SmackDown plan. Mm-hmm. Like I think she's more fitting for Raw.
You know, when you think about it, 'cause I see where you're going with that because usually when you see Charlotte, you know, in the past anyway, it's like, okay, that is the most athletic woman in the ring, right? Then Bianca came along. Yep. And then, okay, that wasn't true anymore. And then the stand, like, I wouldn't, it would be a minute before I want her to even be in the ring with Jade.
Yeah.
Because just seeing them in a ring together side by side, it just doesn't look, it's just like, wait, Charlotte is not that anymore. Like, she's not just the alpha female anymore. And that's kind of part of the character, you know, that she's the alpha female.
And then let's not forget what time it is. It's not Dame time.
Right.
It's Tiffy time. And she's like, Stratton has been killing it since Flair's been gone.
And her character, and using, like, basically she is her character. Like, she is Charlotte Flair's character. Let's call it a buck here.
She's like Charlotte Flair's little sister.
Right. So, and doing it well.
Yep.
So, yeah, no, Tiffy time. Yeah, so no, I think you're right. I think I would go to Raw. And let her fight it out with, like, keep that rivalry with Mommy going, and that's that. You know, let that you could set it and forget it for that.
Let that simmer in, because you look at the Raw women's side, they have a stacked group of women that are killing it every single week.
Right.
So Flair could fit into that mold of Raw and see where that goes from there. Oh, I'm gonna just read Jamal's thing before we get. He goes, Jamal goes, Tiffy time, aka the new Dana Brooke. Don't disrespect
Tiffany
Stratton like that, bro. Don't disrespect Tiffany Stratton like that, my man.
She runs circles around Dana Brooke. Dana Brooke is like, you know, bless her. But
bless her heart, as a Southern grandmother would say.
Right, but she is a gymnast that never learned how to really wrestle. That's basically what Dana Brooke is. Like, you could, even when she throws a lady in the corner, and then she goes in the corner and she still stands there like she's in a gymnastics meet, you know, and then does the flip across the flips across the ring. She never learned the wrestling part. Is basically what happened.
But you can't compare the two.
Okay, he's saying that she's more more talented.
Oh, she's saying more talented. Okay, but you can't say the AKA the new Dana Brooke, because Dana Brooke, they put her in every situation you could possibly think of to try and, like, better her character.
Right.
And it didn't go nowhere. I was waiting for, like, the for them to do, like, the evolution thing. Remember, like, what they did with Eva Marie and what they did with Liv Morgan. And see maybe if that would have helped her out a little bit more, but that didn't happen.
I think they should have kept her with the. Remember when she used to wear, like, she was a manager and she would wear, like, the suit, like the.
Oh yeah, when she was at Alpha Academy,
and, like, the skirt suits and.
Yep.
And then she would just kind of interfere in a match, but do something real, like a dope, like, you know, flip off the ropes or something when the referee wasn't looking. Something like that. Like, I think that would have been perfect for Dana Brooke, but not like a whole,
I don't know,
wrestler. Like,
what is she doing now?
She's got, I would guess Indies.
Yeah, I've seen her in the Indies. I think she was doing something with TNA for a little while, and then now I remember, because it just popped into my head. She went to TNA, and she basically just took Tony Storm's whole gimmick and made it her own. Well, tried to make it her own.
She don't have the hips for that, though.
It was like if I went to you, and said, DJ, let me copy your homework real quick. I forgot. And he's like, man, you got to change it up a little bit.
and we get the same ones wrong.
And we got the same shit wrong. Like,
I had some friends get caught that way. That's why.
So
how you guys
know.
get the same thing wrong the same way? So, and then I just walked out the class. I was like, I don't even want to hear the rest of this. And then he says the plastic surgery. Yeah, the plastic surgery on Dana.
Surgery probably did it
folks,
because she looks completely different from what she looked like.
Leave your face alone first,
yep.
Folks. Don't do plastic surgery to your face. Leave your face alone. If you got small lips, you got small lips. It's all right.
Yep. God made you that way. Chad Miller goes, sorry, why are those two titles not being defended at Double or Nothing? Instead, we are getting a EV, well, I guess the EVP Elite versus Kenny Omega gang, aka House of AEW, right? Because that's the thing that's the name that they're going by. I'm sorry, Team AEW is what they're going by. I don't know. That is a good question because now you're gonna have a whole pay-per-view now.
Mm-hmm.
People are spending $50 on where the tag team titles are not being defended. The what title is this guy carrying? I know Eddie Kingston had the title at one point.
Oh yeah, they have so many.
There's so many titles that AEW has.
The names of
they kind of just give you a title and say, "Here you go."
Yeah, so they can say IWC can say you're booking somebody right because they have a title. Like that's basically what they're doing.
Oh, you see, he came in. He's already winning the title.
They're booking him right. He has a title.
They booking him correctly. The Continental title, aka the poor man's IC title. But I don't know. WWE, AEW needs to do something at this point. The New Japan Strong, same shit. They need to do something because now you got TK. Japan, now you got you got TK going in trying to be the Vince McMahon, the Eric Bischoff of AEW because I remember he said it. Oh, I'm gonna leave it straight to wrestling. I'm not gonna get involved. But here we are in 2024, and Tony Khan is in a storyline again. Because this is not the first time Tony Khan has been in a storyline, ladies and gentlemen. You forget the whole hostile takeover between MJF and Tony Khan was putting himself involved in stuff. That was like the sprinkle. It was a little preview,
right?
And now he's just full on.
I think he's getting this taste of people us wrestling fans. Like we think AEW, then we automatically think of his name.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then I think even Eric Bischoff talks about it. He's like, one of the mistakes that he made, and this is why he's so critical of AEW because he sees them making the exact same mistakes, and everybody wants to make fun of you just have the IWC kind of come at him and say he's a hater and make fun of him and
right,
who are you kind of thing, and it's like, yeah, but he was beating, I don't think people understand, he was beating WWE on the same night, and all that happened was that he once he put himself in the NWO and was coming out with the NWO and everything, and then he stopped thinking about the book, so now the booking aspect and he was too focused on being now a star, and he will tell you that this is him that will tell you that, and then that's how it fell apart, was that then people started booking themselves. Like he let Kevin Nash, who is one of the performers, be Booker. So then here we go. Then only so tell me if this sounds familiar. So now you got only veterans are winning. All right. The head person, the head, even the head people that even the head executives are at the top of the card. Okay. And and the young people are just kind of pushed down the card. Just all the veterans trying to get all that glory that they couldn't or they want back from when they were in WWE. They want it all. That's who's at the top of the card now.
WCW.
Does it not sound familiar? Yep. So that's what he's trying to tell them, and then everybody makes fun of him. Oh, old guy that doesn't know nothing. Okay, you know.
I don't know. Let's see. Jamal goes, I wish people would understand that a wrestler doesn't need a title to be booked, right? Look at legends like Jake. Can't remember him with a title, but you remember him and his greatness. It's true. There have been a lot of people,
and not in WWE, but like way, you know, in the territory. He had one title, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. Who have been booked very well.
Yep.
Who did not be, say, like world champion, and is still memorable today.
Right.
But remember, we live in a like I say the same thing like we said at the top of the show when it came to like, you know, rap music. We living in a different time now, which I understand why AEW runs the way it runs, because AEW is like Drake. Drake is not a hip hop head. A hardcore hip hop person is not gonna sit there and say, yo, Drake's album, best of all time. Lyrically, phenomenal. No one's gonna say that. I'm sorry.
No, he's
but
more pop kind of thing.
Who's more popular will be Drake, going all the way because of the things that he does. He's gonna give you a record that's going to make you dance. He's going to give you a hook that's going to make you sing it all the time. And he's going to give you a beat that's going to make your TikToks and whatever other things pop and get 1 million views or whatever. He's going to do a new trendy dance. And that's the same thing like AEW. Mm-hmm. AEW right now has Swerve with the dancing, you know, with Prince Nana. AEW has the pop factor when it comes to a lot of these flipping and kicking matches and all this other stuff. They got it. But then you have Kendrick, aka Triple H and company, that is going to give you lyrics. And they're going to give you something to remember. Where you be like, damn, you remember that? Yeah.
You gotta like run the song. Like you have to run the song back. You're like, wait. And then you run the song
run
back.
that back.
And then you're like, wait, he really said that. And you know.
And that brings me to the last topic here. Mm-hmm. And that was Backlash.
It's like, okay, now let's go into
now we go into Backlash to end, you know, to wrap up the show here.
Right.
The crowd for Backlash, hands down, the best crowd that I have seen in a long time.
I damn near want to say since Puerto Rico.
Yep. Because Puerto Rico was live. Puerto Rico got live because they were ready.
I mean, I saw people in Puerto Rico with their shirt off and twirling it around like a helicopter. Like, so they were.
Puerto Rico had all the bad chicks there for Bad Bunny. Bad Bunny brung girls that I'm 100% sure have never been to a wrestling show before in their life. Like, I looked at that screen. I looked at that screen and I said, "You've never been to a wrestling show a day in your life, but you bought a front row ticket to come see Bad Bunny." Like that's how popular he is.
The front row tickets ain't cheap.
You know what I'm saying? But I mean, Bad Bunny tickets is not cheap either. They still shell out money for it.
Right.
So they made their money. They made good on their money.
Right.
But this crowd for Backlash.
I mean, every 2 count they were.
Yep. They were singing songs. They were chanting. Jey Uso had hands down the best entrance throughout the whole night. When the whole arena lit up with their cell phones, and every time he kept doing this, all you seen was the cameras bouncing.
They were on the rafters
him.
And
from the nosebleed seats to the ringside area.
Right.
All you saw was the lights going up and down, up and down. And then he just stood, and that's why I used Jey Uso's picture for the cover, because him just standing there in that all black outfit with the shades, the lights completely off, and the lights just hitting, and just that one spotlight on Jey Uso,
right,
was great.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna need a Mattel of that. And even like you said, like even in the middle of the entrance when he was holding onto the rope and leaning back and going with the song, and they were still right with, like I was just like, oh god, I'd never seen that like this before, man. And yeah, and then you see, like, if you go watch the match again, they had to kind of do an Ultimate Warrior when he did his entrance against Hogan. They had to do a couple of things to let him catch his breath because he had to, and I don't blame him. Like, this is like one of those, you can't be mad because it's like, no, you have to. This audience, you have to interact with them. Like you got to. So he had to go and spend some energy to interact with this audience because they deserved it. And then the veterans that they were, is like, okay, let's do a couple of things to let you catch your breath. And then you could tell then they kind of got into the match. So, just veterans.
Yeah. Everyone's entrance for Backlash got such a good reaction.
Mm-hmm.
AJ Styles, when they announced his name in the ring, and they cut that panel to his face, and all you saw was the camera just shaking. That's how loud that crowd got.
And he was trying to, like, because he's heel, so he's trying, like, you could see him like using all his face muscles to try not to smile.
Like, yes. it was big when Cody came out. And when Cody comes out, everyone was go, whoa, everyone does it. When the music stopped, the crowd did not stop. They sang his song for another 2 minutes.
Lyrics and all.
That the Samantha had to stand there and wait for the crowd to finish because they were out. They were louder than her. Right. The place was so loud that there were reports that the the sound detector was going off.
Oh, and because my watch does that too. If you're somewhere and if it's loud enough to where they think where Apple thinks it's gonna damage your ears, which is probably true, then you get this notification on your phone. So people were taking pictures of their notification that their sound warning was going off.
That was insane to me because I've never been to some place where it was so loud that this alarm will go off.
Yeah, no, this is no, they have to, if there's some kind of wrestling award for crowd,
it's definitely going to them.
Yeah, they won. they won.
There's no way in the world. What's the next pay-per-view for WWE?
That's a good question. Is it?
I think it's a Saudi show. I think it is going to be King of the Ring qualifier.
Oh, is it the King of the Ring?
Yeah. It's going to go to Saudi. They're not. I don't care where you go at this point. I don't think no one's going to beat France this year.
No, and Saudi, like and I give it up to them. Like, they are so happy that they're getting something fun. That their crowd is usually really fun to watch because they're so happy to be at this show. But I don't think they're not like this, though. I don't think it's going to be like that.
Hammerstein Ballroom, ECW. All right. I don't know. Because Hammerstein is small. Like, if you've never been to Hammerstein Ballroom, it is pretty small. So it does pack a lot of people. Unless they go to Wembley. I think if WWE could go to Wembley, I don't think that they'll beat this crowd.
They're, like you said, like, they're gonna participate, because you're talking. See, these countries have soccer, right? So we're not used to that in this country. They have soccer over there where you go to a soccer game, damn it, you participate in the chants and everything. And so and they feel the same about wrestling. So there'll be an element of it, but I don't think I think people have to realize even just the pure size. And when you're outside, like, I don't think the other thing people don't realize, when you're outside, it's hard, like, it's really hard for a crowd to be really that loud when the stadium is that big, because sound just comes out and goes up. So it's only the stadiums that are right on top of you. Like, so like when you watch a Kansas City Chiefs game, their stadium goes vertical. So it's just straight up. So that's why it always sounds so loud, because they're sitting right on top of the field. Like, even the people all the way up in the cheap seats, they're right on top of the field. So so that's what Wembley is, just it's really big and wide. So that's why I don't think you're going to get the same sound that you got from France.
I don't know.
But it's going to be a hell of a crowd, though. Like, I'm not, like, we're going to nitpick. Right. But if they go to Wembley, it'll be a hell of a crowd.
Jey Uso took on Damian Priest for the World Heavyweight title.
Yeah.
This was better than him versus Jimmy.
I agree.
And I'm not talking about crowd-wise. I'm talking about match in general. This was way better.
No, him and Jimmy were clumsy. They were clumsy. This felt more natural. And then, like, we had a big fight feel to it, and but I thought they did. I thought this was I know a lot of people wanted Jay. Of course, you want Jay to win. Like, we like Jay, okay, and that's all right. But this was also a very good title defense for Damian. You have to give it up for Damian. Like, he
El Champion.
Yeah, he also wrestled a good match, and I like the stuff at the end where he's like, no, I don't want you, like, I don't want you stomping on him. This is my win, so this was, he's not the heel, like, weaselly, champion. He's like, no, I want to be the badass, and I don't need you guys doing that. So I give it a thumbs up.
And what's crazy about it is that now it's gonna definitely set up a match between him and Finn Balor for the title.
Exactly,
because you see it every week. Because it's like Damian is trying to be the leader of Judgment Day, and it's still looking like Rhea is still that leader, even though all of them from Judgment Day are supposed to be the leaders.
Yeah, it's supposed to be the leader. Yeah.
So it's like,
so good story.
Damian is gonna be. I don't see them taking the title away from him anytime soon.
Not for a while. No.
Yeah, because he's doing great as champ. Who else we had that I was just highlights of Backlash? I kind of figured. I mean, we did talk about this before. It was like Black Girl Magic, aka Bianca Belair, and Jade were gonna beat Damage Control for the title. But since that they have the titles, what's next for them? Because they don't do nothing with these women's titles at all.
That's what I'm hoping. This kind of forces them to really, we got to take this seriously now. You have two very popular folks that are holding this title now, and I want to just to go over this match really quick, because I wanted to watch it one more time because I thought I saw something, and I think I'm right on this. So you got the Jade haters.
Yep.
They're like, oh, she got lost in the match again and right? So I watched it one more time. Anybody is trust, just for fun, kind of play along with me here. And for those of you that have Peacock, go watch it again. The referee actually fucked up. Okay, that's who messed up. So there's a spot where he says that he saw, I think it was EO, that, oh, you're not the legal woman. And she was a legal woman. And then it was kind of like, and everybody's like, wait, what? And that's what everybody's off at that point. It's like, no, she is the legal woman. referee was gone. Okay. And then so after like the, where they all collide or whatever, and they're laying on the ground, you can see like this is probably going to be on Botchamania. She says, "We're going home." She says, like you can see her lean over to Jay. We're going to go home. And then that's where they do the stuff, and then Jay did that fly ass move she did with
that was impressive.
Yeah, yeah, that was a fly ass move right there. And then Bianca wanted to even make sure that this was over. Like, so that's why she went over and just pinned. Like, let's just, because it's all messed up. But it was the referee, not Jade. So you cannot blame this one on Jade.
They'll figure out a way to blame it on
Jade. But yeah, I was like, no, this time it wasn't on Jade.
But the thing about it is I'm confused now because, like I said, what do you do with the women's tag team titles? Because now you have Bianca Belair and Jade in the Queen of the Ring tournament.
I think that's going to be part of us. Like, that might be part of us. Like, because the other thing that we might be seeing here is some kind of like down the line, some kind of a mega powers explode kind of a thing, right? Which I think everybody would love. But let them hold on for the title for a little while. Right. One of them is going to win the world championship, and then while they have the tag team titles, and then somebody's gonna they're not gonna be in harmony anymore, right? Because somebody's got the world title and I don't. So so that's probably this is probably just good for Jade to still get her feet wet with Bianca, get the crowd behind her,
right?
Show her how badass she is. And then after you get to really like them, then because I think heel Jade is better. Like, let's just I think she is. So so she's gonna turn, just like Jamal's kind of saying. Like, I don't know about bringing Mark Sterling back.
Keep him far away, please.
Yeah, but I would get her a manager. And yeah, like I see her turning. And then something that's how I would do it. So now to answer your question, yeah. So the problem you're having here is that we need some formidable teams now. We need some teams that actually, that they look like they can put them in peril and that they got to come back and win, right? Because other than that, I mean, because even the Legion of Doom had rivals, like some people that had a threat to beat them, So and that's why we thought they were so badass, was that. Okay, they had the credible tag teams, and they still was knocking their head off. So that's what you need for them. So that is the goal. This would be my goal now. From if I'm SmackDown, is I need to put together some tag teams that can face them. And then you have maybe 4 to 5 women. Okay, you're in the storyline for the women's world title. Then give me everybody else. Okay, let's make some tag teams that can face them.
Or you just put Nia Jax and let her take out both of them. Fuck it. That's what I wanted.
So what if Nia got a tag team? So that's how I did with Nia got a tag team.
Nia don't need a tag team partner.
She can get the. She's bad, but she needs a tag.
She could do it all herself. That's my message to Nia Jax. You could do it all yourself.
You're gonna try to call and get her on the show, aren't you?
I'm trying.
Make some phone calls.
I gotta get a meet and greet with Nia sooner or later. But hopefully they do something. Like I said, they do something with the tag team titles. I want to see what I would love to see, because you got both of them in the Queen of the Ring. Let them face each other.
Hey.
Because if you have no opponents, if you have no big opponents for them, why not let them face each other to the point where now they don't want to be tag team partners anymore?
Either that or somebody interferes in the match, and that's what makes them that whoever this challenging tag team, like Nia comes out and interferes in their match. And
I hope so. We had the Bloodline versus Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. This crowd made this match feel great.
Yeah.
It kicked off the show. Kevin Owens just stood there in awe and looked around the crowd. Randy Orton looked at the crowd and was amazed of just the energy that they brung in.
That's right.
This is the first time we see the new bloodline in a tag team match on a pay-per-view, and I think they did great. You know, they were really sitting there and giving it everything that they needed to give in this street fight, and they were all over the place. It made you feel like Kevin Owens was going to win, even though you kind of had that feeling that it's like, if they win, it's a surprise. If they lose, you're really not shocked.
Right. Because, like I said, like I thought, I'm with you. I thought Kevin was about to take this thing. And even though I was like, yeah, but this is like the debut of, this is like pretty much their debut of this version of the bloodline. So, so I was like, they can't lose this. And then, but they kept kicking out, they kept breaking up pinfalls, and then they finally took control of the match.
Bringing another member.
Yeah, and then boom, you had new members popping literally coming out of the woodwork.
Now we get the Guerrillas of War together in WWE, which is great.
And then you said I thought one of the questions was, how do we feel about that? Like earlier in the show,
I was surprised that they brung him in. Like I was super hyped when I seen him, but then at the same time I was confused because I was just like, okay, you signed Jacob Fatu, and that's when the reports started coming out. He couldn't make it due to legal issues. So he can't fly out there. Then they're maybe rewriting what he's going to do for the bloodline because it kind of feels like he'll outshadow Solo. So now it kind of makes sense as to why they just signed another person to the bloodline.
And didn't let everybody know about it.
But listen, hands down, star of the night for that match has to go to Paul Heyman.
Well, yeah.
His facial expressions alone.
And then he yelled like people were about to get pinned. No, kick out. You can hear it.
Like he was so scared. And even at the end when they put the ones up, he was like, he looked at Solo and Solo's looking at him like, you better put your one in the air. And he's just putting it up there.
Right.
You know what I mean? That just everything Paul Heyman does at this point right now is just gold.
And then I'm gonna say again my feeling on the new member. Just wait till these guys have a tag team match and they come out with the full face paint and everything. They're about to be toyetic.
Yep.
Is what I'm gonna say. Like the figures and t-shirts and stuff these guys are about to sell when they come out in the full gear. It's brilliant.
And it probably won't happen until Jimmy is like fully healed. Because obviously that's the match you're gonna get is the Usos versus the Guerrillas of War. Like that's
I think the Guerrillas of War probably have their. I'm thinking they're gonna have a tag team match before Jimmy comes back though.
Right.
Is what I'm saying. So in that time, when they're gonna come out with the face paint and everything, and everybody's gonna be like, oh, okay, like where can I get this? So so that's what I'm saying. They're about to, like, with the WWE crowd, they're about to sell some merch
here. Bailey versus Naomi versus Tiffany Stratton. No matter where you put Tiffany Stratton, she's getting the biggest crowd reaction. France loves Tiffy time. Everybody was had their hands. You look like it was a Bucks game out here.
Right. That's right. Yeah.
Okay. The way they were pointing to their wrists.
Right.
I mean, listen, the more and more she gets popular, the more and more I'm just like, they're gonna end up just putting a title on her quick.
And she's gonna be a tweener. Like I don't think you can keep her. She's too popular to be a straight up heel. She's gonna have to be a tweener, because you can't hold it. Like it's like Stone Cold. Like even Stone Cold was like, I would have liked to stay the heel, but
Mm-hmm.
there's nothing you can do about it. There's Legion of Doom. There's nothing they can do. It's like, nope, you guys are heels now. Baby faces or tweener, because we're gonna cheer. So and that's what's happening. Like she has it. Like she has there's just a certain it. Like there's just something. Some wrestlers, you can't explain it. They just have it, and I think she just has it. Like I feel like so just kind of bringing up Dynamite one more time. Like I feel like they're trying to make Mariah that, like what Tiffany has, and she don't have it. I don't see it. She don't have what Tiffany has. And here we are.
So I knew I was waiting, because just before anybody who listens to this show, and they're gonna go and say, "Hey, Kenny, you have it wrong. It's not War. It's Gorillas of Destiny." I was like, I feel like in my mind I'm thinking to myself, like, I know am I saying this wrong? Because I'm not 100% familiar with a lot of the stuff that happens in New Japan. But before you even say anything to me, people, it's the Gorillas of Destiny. That's the tag team that they had.
Name in WWE anyway.
But yeah, you never know.
Yeah,
I'm just probably foreshadowing that for other people. But anyway, back to Bayley and Naomi and Tiffany Stratton. This match was really good, because sometimes when you have like triple threat matches, I don't know, like it kind of like sometimes it feels like, for me, it feels like all over the place.
It can.
But all three women showed that they can handle themselves in the ring. Bayley, being more of the veteran of the three, showed that she can be that leader to like push one person here, put another person there, put myself in this position. Let me back up a little bit. Let you guys have some time. Let me jump myself back in. You know what I mean? Like, it was a good back and forth between all three, and there were some botches here and there, but it wasn't extreme that you'd be like, oh my God, okay, let's just send this home and get this over with.
Right. No, and that's one thing about triple threat matches, is that I think you're gonna have a botch. Like I can't think of a lot of triple threat matches, men or women, that didn't have any botches in it. So because you're talking about three bodies that you're throwing around and timing and all that.
Right.
But taking the nitpicking out, the thing that's so Tiffany, and then the other thing that stuck out to me was like Naomi has really improved. Like I think she's another one that I think it was good for her to kind of step away from WWE for a little bit, go wrestle in another promotion for a little bit, and then coming back, is it me? I think she just looks a little bit better than she did when
she's more seasoned.
Yeah, so I was like, you know what? She had a damn good match. Like, it didn't matter that she didn't win it. Like, this is, it's a title match. Everybody, somebody's got to lose. And I was like, she had a damn good match. I was like, that was a good job by Naomi. So, so that stuck out to me as well. She's kind of the, she gets treated like the Kelly Rowland
wow.
of the black girl magic. Like, people were just forgetting about her.
That's just like, at least she's not Michelle.
Well, I mean,
Kelly Rowland still got a little bit, of star power. She ain't the Michelle of the group now. I know, like Jamal was saying, like eventually they're gonna pull the trigger, maybe do Queen of the Ring. I wouldn't want to see her as Queen of the Ring, but I definitely feel like maybe you could push her to be the women's Money in the Bank holder. And maybe she could be that person that will hold the briefcase a lot longer than Carmella did when she had the title, when she had the briefcase.
The briefcase. No, that would be fun for Tiffany to have the briefcase. And then she would, and her briefcase is going to be kind of tricked out. Because that's part of it. Like, part of King of the Ring is the person that wins it is gonna have like a custom briefcase that they're gonna be selling at at your WWE shop. So that shit would sell. So no, I think that's a excellent call. I think I can see that. I can absolutely see that happening. And so I wouldn't make her, like you're saying, I wouldn't make her queen in the ring right now, because again, it's just not because I don't think she can win it. It's just I can see different things for her to win.
Right.
Is all we're saying. So yeah, no, I wouldn't do queen in the ring.
Last match of the night was Cody Rhodes versus AJ Styles, two former Bullet Club members. You could possibly say both ex-leaders of Bullet Club, even though some people will argue that Cody wasn't a leader of the Bullet Club. I wasn't impressed with this match at all. The entrance part of their match was great. Everything else for this match was just, it was okay.
So you give it to Jim Cornette. That's what Jim Cornette always says.
Yeah,
like he says, they have this great entrance and then the bell rings. That's what Jim Cornette says.
And it was okay. It wasn't something that I would be like, you know what? That AJ Styles Cody Rhodes match, man, I got to go back and watch that. It wasn't. It was just something that was just regular to me. I was just like, okay. It was a good match. Mm-hmm. Good title defense for Cody. Good showing from AJ, but it wasn't like you telling me that Dave Meltzer and giving this 4.5 stars or 5 stars. I give it a 3. Probably agree with Dave on that one.
How much you give it? Because I don't like. But anyway, so yeah, but I will agree though, like the actual match was kind of average.
Mm-hmm.
And and then one thing we have to admit, like, I mean, we just, again, the last time we saw Cody in a title, like with a title on the line, it was almost like Avengers Endgame out there. So, so we have to keep that in mind, that we went from that to a one-on-one match. So yeah, there's gonna, just human nature, you're gonna feel some letdown from that. You can't be up here all the time. But like you said, just, hey, it's Backlash. This is not, like, Backlash has never been, we said this when Backlash was starting. Backlash has never been this like that. I mean, Roman wasn't even the main event last year.
Yeah.
Okay. Most people right now, you can't tell me who he defended his title against at last year's Backlash.
No.
All right. So that's what I mean. So this is what Backlash is, okay? It's to just kind of get you out, like, keep as you're coming off the WrestleMania high. It's just to kind of ease us into whatever the next, whatever this year is going to be be like. That's all this is. So, that's this show. I don't even know if I would pay to go to a Backlash. Like, that's how, unless there was something like Bad Bunny that was going to be there. So,
who do you see now stepping up to try and take out Cody Rhodes?
All right, so let's see. So we had AJ so he goes to the back of the line now. Let's see, and this is and then with this title,
yeah, but he's on SmackDown.
Okay, so you're on SmackDown. So okay, they kept Gunther on Raw.
Mm-hmm.
Because I'm trying to think of like big heel, because you can't keep doing babyface versus babyface. People will start to get bored of you. Wow, I'm not on the top of my head. I am not sure.
I got somebody in mind.
Okay,
that's my man Bobby Lashley.
And then the heel Bobby Lashley.
Yep,
I could do it. Like, everybody keep calling you black, whatever he's gonna come out and say. Time for a
Cody Luther the King.
Yeah.
God damn you, Cody X. But yeah, I know. But I would love to
like some Clubber Lane lines, and then your wife needs a real man, stuff.
She needs a real man. She needs some meat. Like, but I would love to see Bobby Lashley just get in this title picture now, because this is like, you're supposed to be the leader of this Hurt Business 2.0, and it's
they
just
haven't really given it a name, have they?
They haven't. Lashley is hurt, sadly, or do the smart thing and get Montez away from Dawkins. But see, the thing about it is that they've been trying to do this Montez split for the longest, and they should have pulled the trigger a year and a half ago when they had the opportunity to separate the Street Profits, and they didn't.
Because he showed he was like, you're talking about the he was in that match. He was in
Elimination Chamber,
and he showed that people were behind him when he was as a singles person. So no, it's definitely got to happen at some point. Poor Dawkins, because he's I don't dislike Angelo Dawkins,
right?
But it's again, Montez has an it factor. He has an it, like just like like Booker T and Stevie Ray. Booker T had the it. He just did, So,
see,
some kind of way.
Now you can say the Kelly Rowland reference, because Angelo Dawkins is Kelly Rowland.
Okay.
And Montez Ford is Beyonce.
Okay. All right. So where you see, like, even after the breakup, Angelo, thank you, Jamal hit it. That's a nail on the head right there. He's too relaxed.
So what Jamal is trying to say is,
oh man,
Angelo Dawkins is like Otis for the Temptations.
I don't know. Jamal, did you get that reference? Because I got it, but I don't know if
I want to know if Jamal got that reference. If anybody gets that reference as to why I said that Dawkins is like,
and I'm laughing because I can't deny that one. So that's why I'm laughing about it. Yeah. So especially in this business, you gotta, especially when you're given the spotlight, you have to shine, or you're gonna,
you're gonna end up like Dawkins being the J. Cole of the battle. He don't want no beef. He's just happy to be there.
My bad. Just
ain't no one coming to see you, Dawkins. Yeah, see, there you go. He got the reference. He knows. Yep. Everybody knows who you came. Who's the real star? Who you came to see? Came to see me. I'm the one that got the TV show, not you.
I know you only. Okay, so
you one of the co-stars.
Ain't nobody come to see.
So do you have anything else you want to talk about?
No, on that note, before we throw Dawkins through a barbershop window here
again,
I think we're good.
Oh my god! So that's everything we had to talk about this week.
I told you it was gonna be like, you thought it was gonna be a short chat. I said no.
I thought so too. But you know what helps us a lot more is the people in the chat.
Right.
So without you guys, we probably would have did this show probably in an hour.
Like 45 minutes. Yeah.
We would have did this quick. Hey, so let's talk about this. Yeah, me and you back and forth, blah, blah, blah. Oh yeah. All right, moving on to the next thing. Well, we really appreciate you guys being here with us every single Thursday. Let's give some quick shit. Oh, no, wrong screen. I have one screen there's a touch screen, and then the other screen is not. And sometimes I forget that both of them are not the touch screen. So I literally just went like this, and it didn't move. So I was like, oh, wait a minute. No,
I need a mouse.
I need to get the mouse out. Let's get some shout outs here real quick before we wrap out. Shout outs to the Knucklehead Network. You can catch them every single week on YouTube from Monday through Friday between 9 and 12 midnight. They have everything from wrestling to comic books, from comic books to sports, from sports to everyday life conversations. Join Ray, Show, Gigi, Toe, me, DJ. Like, there's a lot of us. Okay, we're like the fucking Brady Bunch. here, right? And we bring
They
you
coming
shows
to
every
Vegas, right?
yes. So that's gonna be fun because Toe said he's definitely coming to Vegas. We just have to convince everyone else.
Okay.
But Toe alone, if you ever hang out with Toe Tags alone, it's the best. All right, because he is like the life of the party wherever he goes. So it's definitely gonna be a fucking
I
good
believe
time.
it.
It's definitely gonna be a good time.
Yeah, I believe it.
Next up, we got the Fake Cave podcast. We say this every single week. There's people like Chad and Jamal who are a part of the Facebook group for the Fake Cave. Like I said, if you're if you're a wrestling collector or just a collector of in general of different toys, wrestling gear, wrestling memorabilia, anything, or even with like Ninja Turtles, GI Joes, Hot Toys, for $1 a month you can join the Facebook group and you could just meet tons of people like myself, DJ, Jamal, Chad, Phil, Tom, and Nick, even Mike
Yep.
and Zach. They're all a part of this group. And anytime you're looking for something, the best thing to do is just go on the Facebook group, put a picture out there, ask if anybody can get this retail. And I'm sure within a day or two, someone's gonna end up finding it because Chad is always shopping for something.
Yeah, man.
Like I think secretly Chad is fucking rich because he's always shopping. He's always there.
Man.
I know he's gonna say something in the comments later, but he's always shopping for something. Right. Shout out Ray.
He got it. I'm like, how do you find that?
He's like, oh man, I was getting butter. And all of a sudden, look what I found! I found a Chase. I'm like,
right, a Chase
Seriously?
Yokozuna just right next to butter. Like, wait, what?
But yeah, definitely check them out. And they also have a podcast as well that drops every single Thursday. But if you're part of the Patreon, you get early access to their podcast on Wednesday nights because that's when they record their stuff as well. So right at midnight on a Thursday, you can sit there and listen to the Fake Cave podcast. Shout out to the Jobberteers. Shout out to the Jobberteers Network. They're also a really great group of people that are based out here in New York City. They teamed up with Battle Club Pro to bring you wrestling in the Brooklyn area. Their next show won't be until the summer, which is August 24th, which will be Jobber Slam. So if you're in the New York area and you want to check out some really good wrestling, by all means, check out Battle Club Pro and check out the Jobberteers Network as they work together to bring more people to wrestling and enjoy a really good time. I love Battle Club Pro because you can walk in there by yourself and you will feel like you're a part of the whole entire crowd. Shout out to the Dunmarks. They're always supporting us every single week and reposting our stuff, and we repost their stuff all the time. Shout out to our sponsors, SeatGeek and Ringside Collectibles. Like I said, if you are a new customer to SeatGeek, use the code word to call up. That will save you $20 on whatever your purchase is. And if you use, obviously, the call up once again for Ringside Collectibles, that will save you 10% on all your orders. Ringside is always dropping something new every single day or every single week. So if you're looking for something, if you're looking for something that you don't want to go to a Target or a Walmart, most likely Ringside Collectibles will have it. So definitely check that out from there. And the last shout out that I want to give is everyone that comes to this show every single week and all the people who sends us DMs on topics that they want us to talk about or they want to talk about it on the show with us and just have a general conversation to see who agrees and disagrees with a lot of the stuff. So, shout outs to Chad, Jamal, Phil, Tyson, Crown, Lay, and everyone else who comes on here every single week and just chats it up with us. We wouldn't be here without you guys. It was, like I said, it would just probably be me and DJ doing a really short show, going back and forth with each other. But we love the interactions with the people that come on here every single week. So if you guys are listening to this audio version right now, go on YouTube, type in the Call Up Podcast, click the notification button on there, and that's going to tell you every single time we come on live on Thursday. You don't need a super chat. You don't need a humper chat. You don't need to donate to PayPal or Zoom or Cash App us money. We want to hear from you guys. You know what I mean?
That's right.
Let's see. Hold on. Jamal just hit us with something right now. He goes, on a somber note, after next week, we'll be taking a month away from you guys. We'll be in Cali for training. Oh, Jamal, don't. We know what? Now that we know next week is going to be your like hiatus show, we're going to make it special. We got to make something special for Jamal. Somehow, some way, we're going to touch base with you, Jamal, and we'll figure something out.
And then keep in mind, like, so, you know, and then because during my shout outs, I was about to say, like, you know, everybody in the LA area, let's go to this let's go to this Dynamite and have some fun. You know, at the very least, we can have some fun together, even like regardless of what happens on the show, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, you know, by that time, the you know, we could probably walk right up and get $25 tickets and go chill. You know, go chill, holler at the wrestlers and stuff. So so come see me. You know, like you can message us and we can get together. Then yeah, just shout out to everybody, like all the call up peanut gallery here that comes every week and keeps the show rolling every time. There's no like this show here, like there's no like, you know, there's no bubble that we keep this show in because you can't. And then shout outs to, like, you know, all of these, like, you know, we got the toy places around here, like first in the Bay Area, you got the Sacramento area, you got Barrios. Keep it going, folks. Keep those meet and greets going. And then Frank and Sons here in the LA area. Like, I would suggest if you live around here, you should go. And then of course the Mattel headquarters is right here as well. So
that's true. I forgot about that.
Yeah, Mattel headquarters. You get some pretty good stuff. It is like, so it's kind of like an outlet. So you go in there every time you get something. They got a different batch of stuff that's on the shelves. So yeah, and then shout out, like, you know, we got Leonard, that's you know, he's been listening since the beginning, and he's always meeting me when I go to when I tell you we go to Dave and Buster's for the AEW pay-per-views. You know, and everybody you know, we're rolling here. We probably, let's see where this, like, we seem to be ranked. We seem to keep up in the rankings. Tell your friends, make sure you're liking, make sure you are subscribed, and share.
Guys, once again, thank you. Have a good night. Have a good weekend. And we will talk to you next Thursday. Until then, be easy.